What's going on, guys? I am Toxic Jordan. Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be finishing up the Piccolo Easy A here. We're going to be clearing it through stage 100. So let's go ahead and jump in and get this miserable event taken care of. I cannot wait for this to be done and over with. This has not been a fun Easy A to do. I hate when the team doesn't feel like powerful against the Easy A, you know? This team definitely struggles a little bit. I mean, I don't think we're like close to dying or anything yet. I mean, I suppose you'll see. That's the whole point of the video, so you can see how the team fares against the Easy A. But keep in mind, I have basically every unit in the game, so when I put a team together, it's pretty much built from all of the best options in the game, right? So yeah, it's a bad sign when I'm struggling to build a team out here. But yeah, I mean, that being said, there is still a lot of utility within each of the individual cards on this team. But yeah, just the team as a whole feels a little bit weak. We are obviously out here using the power absorption category. I actually want to un-auto for a second so I can switch these up. Just want to make sure we have all our links active. Okay. But yeah, this power absorption category has just been absolutely rough. And I think JP has it actually a lot easier than Global does, unfortunately, for Global. That is kind of, usually, it's actually funny, a weird, funny phenomenon that happened this time around, because usually the same thing kind of happens, but in a reverse way. So let me explain. Like, basically, okay, so JP has a few units that we don't, that are on this category, right? They have the STR, DOKKANFEST, Android 17, and Hellfighter 17 card. So that's already a huge bonus, because that's a type advantage unit that's on the type effective category and is a brand new Dokkanfest, so obviously is going to perform pretty well in here. Not to mention has a very good leader skill that I think, well, it's join forces target Goku. So maybe you'd be able to make a full team. Yeah, target Goku probably. There probably a lot of these power absorption characters are target Goku as well, I would assume. So yeah, you probably could use him as a leader. That would make a huge difference. They also have the AGL Yellow Coin LR Super Boo. So that's another powerful, offensive and defensive option that you would have. And then they also have a couple Easy A's that we don't. The biggest of them to name is the Dokkanfest STR Super Boo, another type advantage unit that has a usable leader skill. Well, actually, probably not. Transformation boost. I don't think there would be a full transformation boost team you could build. So yeah, maybe not a lead, but definitely another strong STR option, right? And then I believe they also have the Easy A for the STR, or for the Tech Prime Battle First Form Cell. And, that would be another really good option, especially considering you have, the First Form Cell. Oh, actually, you wouldn't be able to use the First Form Cell as your leader if you were using that First Form Cell, because in Easy A's, obviously, you can only have one character of each, name. They don't let you do the same name thing. But I suppose if you didn't have this guy, or if you weren't using him for whatever reason, then you could use the other one on JP. But yeah, so that's a lot. There's a lot of stuff there that we're missing, right? From that JP has, and so yeah, they're having a lot easier of a time with this event than we are. Whereas this is kind of the opposite phenomenon to what usually happens, because what usually ends up happening is an event will be released on JP, and then we'll end up getting content that JP got, like as far like a new unit or something that JP got sooner than we get the event, and then the event releases, and we now have more cards to use on it than JP did instead of less. For instance, the Red Zone. When the Red Zone first dropped during the 7th anniversary, we had so like Majin Vegeta was a 200% lead that came out I believe it was for Saiyan Day. Yeah, March 18th. So he came out for Saiyan Day, which was after the JP 7th anniversary. So they didn't have access to Majin Vegeta. And then after that was what? First Form Cell that we're using right now. They didn't have access to him either when the Red Zone dropped, right? All they had were the 8th anniversary LRs. But by the time we got Red Zone, we already had a few 200% leads that JP didn't have access to that definitely made it easier for them to beat. So the Red Zone was never as difficult for us as it was for JP. And that is true of quite a few different events over past years of the game. But yeah, obviously when we get the same time content, that is when the game is the most challenging on Global. And I guess that is something that I am saying to you as I'm realizing it. That is kind of an interesting thing to note, and probably something that I'm going to use as a fancy tip in my videos in the future. If for people that aren't like diehard Dokkan players that don't play the game every single day and stuff, or that maybe just tune in the more hype times, that is an interesting thing to note. That you can expect the game to be more challenging when there is a same time celebration, because they're catering the events and content toward where JP is at, not where Global is at. Because otherwise it would be a complete wash if they just made everything easier because we didn't have as much, and then JP, would just be able to like smash through all these events with ease. Oh my goodness, that was not good. Well, I guess we're, stretching this team out and testing them to their limits. That's good, at least. I like that for the camera. So that was... Alms is the fill-in unit. He's the weakest unit on the team. I just thought of it, kind of being a cheeky thing to throw him on here because he's Dragon Ball Heroes, so get some DB Heroes representation. So we're going to run this back and not actually auto-battle it. That was my mistake, to auto. I forgot this team is a little bit more techy than I remembered. So that is my bad. We should be able to get through this. I'm not too worried. I think we just need to not auto it. But yeah, Alms is the worst character on the team for sure, and he was able to survive a super attack. So that definitely makes me feel some type of confidence about what we're doing here. I want to try to get. That's kind of annoying. Because I wanted to use all the tech orbs on the androids, but then I want... Like, STR Cell has to super attack. He has to. That is non-negotiable. He's probably the hardest hitter that I have on the team because he has type advantage. And he's on the 200% of the leader skill. Okay, so we actually got a good rotation this time around because we got set up with our Tech Android 17 and 18 on the very first turn. So we're able to rotate them off, so we'll get 3 full turns, basically, without having to worry about them taking any damage. And then, obviously we get the first turn free. So it looks like he's already going to be sub 50% HP at the end of this first turn, which is going to be great. Should be much easier for us to take him out here. Yeah, I think if the RNG was a little bit better for us, we probably could have autoed it, but things got a little bit weird. We did actually end up rotating off Android 17 and 18 last time. They were in the 3rd slot when they showed up. I did pay attention to that happening, and then they showed up at the beginning, at the beginning of the turn, and they weren't able to use their Ghost Usher thingy. Because I think they might have been 7th slot is what it was. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is this. That way, if we get super attacked and killed right away, we'll at least revive with Cooler. And then if Cooler ends up surviving, then Cell would, I assume, kill here. Should, anyway. Alms is also supporting these units because he is he's an artificial lifeform support. So he is supporting most of the team. Oh, well, maybe Cell isn't going to kill. I overestimated the amount of damage that we were going to do. Okay, well, then I guess we're at full HP again, right? I believe, yes. So if we do get supered again, we already know that Alms will tank it, is capable of tanking it. Oh my goodness, words today. Yeah, so there we go. He didn't die. We knew he wouldn't die. That's actually really funny. On the final stage that I'm taking on of this event, the, the weakest unit gets hit with 100% of the super attacks, and we survive. If that doesn't clear it up enough for you about how capable this team is of taking on this event, then I don't know what will. Yeah, pretty easy stuff. Okay, and we get the KO. Not too bad. Oh, that was only level 99. Oops. Okay. Level 100 then. Actually, you know what I want to do before we go into level 100? Since each of these levels takes so much longer than a normal EZA level, I just want to glance through the friends list really quick and see if anybody has like a majorly different team that I'd be like, ah, that's a good idea. We should try that. Pretty much not. It seems like every single person is just using the straight up cell team and then throw all the best units on it. Okay, well, one thing I can say that I was very unimpressed with was the physical cooler. I'm pretty confident we're not going to die. He's only there for the revive, so I'm actually going to use AGL cooler instead. I want to see if he can at least do some more damage for us and stuff. Mine is rainbow. Oh, never mind. Mine's currently reversed because I am, I'm link leveling his last link here. So annoyingly enough, I am actually gonna just cancel that decision. Ugh. Alright, we'll do this. Yeah, man, I was actually, like, stirring in my brain for a second to think if we could throw any of the meme characters on here. Because obviously, like, we do have the Android 17 and 18. They do count as a meme character because, you know, they have this ability, which basically makes them usable in any EZA. You know, because most other EZAs, you can just depend on, man, how am I going to do this? Oh, I'm going to have to bite the bullet and not let them have all those orbs, even though I wanted them to. But yeah, as long as you can beat the entire EZA in, like, 2 turns afterward, or 3 turns or so, then basically you can get away with using the Android 17 and 18. But yeah, there's no other meme characters, but they don't really count as a meme character right now because they're on the leader skill. So even if they didn't have that ability, they're probably still a unit I would be using right now. And then, yeah, there isn't any other meme characters that you can use because you can't use Tech Caulifla, because it's not a Universe Survival Saga enemy or a Pure Saiyan enemy, and then you can't use like Tech God Goku, because it's not a Pure Saiyan or a movie boss enemy. And I think that's about it for meme characters. I don't think that there's anybody else that's super memey. Maybe you could include, like, the AGL Golden Frieza, who does 90% damage reduction. Maybe? I'm actually not sure about that. If his 90% damage reduction would be enough. Or maybe you'd need to do, like STR Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, because he has type advantage. He only has 80% damage reduction, but because he has type advantage, he might actually tank decently for you. But I suppose at that point, if you're just going to start throwing random units on to try and defend, you might as well throw, like, a UI Goku or something that has, like, a 70% chance to dodge. That is actually kind of funny. I never really thought about getting through an EZA that way. I mean, and in my opinion, if you don't have the box to build teams for EZAs like this, you should be doing other things with your time instead of trying to spam away on EZA stages. I don't think that that's a really good idea. I mean, granted, maybe you're, like, desperate for it because you need the Zenny or something like that, but which is understandable for sure. But that's what, like, raid EZAs are for, and there are certain other EZAs that are a lot easier to get through, doing that kind of thing. But yeah, so I wouldn't expect people to be trying these EZAs or like really going for it to try and like get these certain characters farmed up if you don't have like most of the meat and potatoes of your account done. If you're having to farm out like this Tech Piccolo's EZA, I can't imagine what type of mission you're trying to clear right now that you're like way ahead of where what you should be doing, right? Because I feel like by the time you have cleared most of the achievable content in the game, you've given yourself that couple thousand stones to be able to get through a couple celebrations and at least one major celebration of summoning some really, really good units to where you should have, you know, you should have, like, I don't know, like a decent lineup of units in your box to where you would have, like, a good amount of units to be able to take on an EZA stage and not have to use a card like UI Goku just to sit there and spam it and hope he dodges, and if he gets hit at all ever, he dies, right? Yeah, that's just kind of my thinking of what would be the logical way to go about it. Alright, so there we go. We got stage 100 complete. I'm going to call it there. This EZA is kind of miserable. I'm sure that I could get a lot higher. It still didn't feel very difficult yet. I'm sure there's a lot more that we could do here. And, you know, there's a lot of gimmicky cards in the power absorption category. So I'm sure that there's other cards I could trade out to try different things. But I have no interest in getting any higher in this one. It would just be a time suck at that point. So yeah, that EZA is done, and so is this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.